The first bulldozer arrived early on a bright morning and started, clearing land just beyond my fence. And at first I assumed the HOA must have purchased the lot next to my property, but when I checked the boundary markers, something felt wrong, because the machines were clearly working several feet inside. The land listed on my deed. So I walked over and asked the construction manager what was being built, and he proudly explained the HOA had approved a new development of 96 homes. For the community expansion, hearing that number made my heart race, because the entire area he pointed to was part of my property according to the official survey I received when I bought the land years ago. But instead of arguing right there in the dust and noise, I calmly went home and pulled out my documents, including the original deed, the county survey, and the property tax records showing the exact boundaries, and every single document confirmed the same truth that the HOA had just started building an entire neighborhood on land they did not own. So I made a decision that surprised even my own attorney later. I stayed quiet and watched as the construction continued for months while foundations were poured, streets were paved, and house after house rose from the ground. Neighbors talked excitedly about the new homes while the HOA proudly advertised the expansion project in newsletters and online posts. Meanwhile, I quietly documented everything, including construction photos, permit filings, and public records proving the land was mine. Then, the moment the last house was completed and the HOA began selling them, finally made my move by filing a lawsuit that stopped every sale overnight. The courtroom was packed when the case began because 96 new homeowners and the entire HOA board suddenly realized something was terribly wrong. The judge carefully reviewed the maps and surveys while the HOA attorney tried to explain the mistake. Then I placed the original deed on the table, clearly showing my name and the land description, covering the entire development site. The silence in the courtroom was unforgettable as the judge looked up and asked the HOA board one simple question: how did you build an entire neighborhood on land that does not belong to you? The ruling came quickly, and it was devastating for the HOA because the court confirmed the land was legally mine, which meant every structure built on it fell under my property rights. The HOA faced massive legal penalties and negotiations began immediately to compensate me for the land they used. But the real lesson spread through the entire community that day because assumptions and arrogance can cost millions when the actual deed finally appears. And if you enjoy incredible HOA stories where the truth wins in court, make sure you subscribe because the next one might be even bigger.